Hello my beautiful friends, I'm Jeanette, your wellness coach, and today in this video I want to share with you a little bit about my story, why I became a wellness coach, how it helped me, and how I know it can help you too. So as many of you know, if you've watched any of my other videos or you know anything about me, my life changed after my breast cancer diagnosis. And that happened shortly after I turned 40, and I was due to have a routine mammogram, my very first one, and sent me down a whole spiral of events. So the very first one did reveal a stage 0, and they were just going to take a piece out, so a lumpectomy, take that piece out, radiation, I could move on with my life. I know it sounds simple, but I know that still wouldn't have been simple. But that's not where my story stopped. They did some more testing, and they did find 2 more areas from the testing. One area that they did test even further was a stage 1, and it was aggressive, and the other area they were never able to determine what it was. So now I had 2 areas in the same breast, and so they were not recommending a lumpectomy but a mastectomy. So I was faced with a question that I never ever thought I would be faced with. Should I take one or should I take both? And again, as you know my story, I did end up going and having a bilateral mastectomy, and it was such an emotional roller coaster. Just having to be faced with those questions, having to be faced with the diagnosis, and feeling like your world is just so out of control. And then from the diagnosis to the treatment to the surgery, and then after the surgery, looking in the mirror for the first time as to what was left over after my surgery, even though I did opt to reconstruct, it was still very emotionally traumatic for me. I had gone through all the emotions. I was anxious, I was scared, I was very angry at times, because how did this happen, and why was this happening to me? I thought I did everything right. I had no history. I mean, all these different things. Of course I was very sad and depressed, and it was just sometimes I felt all of those in one day, and so it was very tough. I did have moments where I was up, but more times around that time I was down. And once I had finished my initial surgery, before my reconstruction was even completed, is when they just told me that because of the aggressive cancer that they found, that I was going to need chemotherapy. So that came with another set of emotions to go with it. Of course I knew I was going to lose my hair, but how would I feel? How would I look? Would people be able to know? I mean, would I look sickly? At the time, nobody was wearing masks, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be the person in the mask. So there was just so many things in my head and so many things that I went through during that time, and I did my very best to keep myself in a good place as much as I could, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I would try to, hang out with my kids or do something with my family, and that would make me feel better. But there were times that nothing was going to make me feel better, except for a magic wand to make it all back to the way it was, to make me back to the, complete person that I was, and healthy. And but that wasn't going to happen. And so I got through my treatment, I finished my reconstruction, and I felt amazing. I was on top of the world. I'm like, oh, this is so great. I'm better. I'm healed. I'm healthy. And I had a whole new outlook on life. And I had changed physically and emotionally through that journey. And I had wanted more. And my sister-in-law at the time was a life coach. And so I knew about life coaching. And so it was something that I thought, you know what? I know the struggles that I went through during that journey. I know how hard it was. I know things that helped me. And I know one of the things that helped me tremendously was support. Like I said, my family, my friends, my coworkers, the love that poured in around me, the support. And I thought, you know what? I want to do that for others. I had been a nurse, that had been my career, but I knew I wanted more, and that was how I was going to do more. I was going to go and I was going to learn how to become a life coach. And something really amazing happened during that time. I had, during one of our practice sessions when we were talking about energies, I volunteered to talk about the lowest energy. I volunteered to be the client in that really low energy because I had just gone through everything and I knew I could remember how I felt. And one thing happened that I wasn't expecting. In the middle of them coaching me, I started to cry and I started to break down and I couldn't stop it. And it kind of scared me because I'm like, what is happening? I thought I was fine. I felt good. I'm happy. Everything's okay. I'm okay. But what I learned is that even though I was okay, there was so much that I hadn't dealt with and so much that was down there that shoving down only would last for so long. And over time, these things would come to the surface. And so through my coaching training, I learned a lot about myself and I learned to heal with what I had gone through. And it wasn't a quick process. It took time and I continue to learn every day. I'm always learning and I'm always growing. And one of the things that it's helped me to do is to learn the things that are down there, the things that I did suppress, and to learn to bring them to the surface and to acknowledge them and to address them. Because only then can I know how to move forward and to be able to release the anxiety that situation or that experience has caused me, and the fear and the worry that I held on to and I didn't even know I was holding on to it. And so it's helped me to recognize that. It's helped me to learn that a lot of those things were holding me back and I didn't even know. And as I have coached many other women through the journey as well, I've seen them grow and I've seen them not just even during the journey, but after, like I said, after the treatment, after the surgery, because afterwards, so many people out there who have not ever been faced with a cancer diagnosis, they think, oh, hey, you're done. That's great. You're done. Move on. But it's never done. And it's never something that, we truly ever move forward from completely, because there's always checkups and there's always scans and testing, and it's an ongoing thing. And something comes up, and right away, where do our thoughts go? Oh my God, what is that? Is it back? Is something happening? And so I still can process through those moments. I still have those moments. About a year and a half ago, I had something that I thought, that it was back, and I was really challenged during that time. But my coaching tools helped me tremendously to be able to process through that moment. And thankfully, everything was perfect and everything was fine and it's all good. But it's an ongoing process. And when you have those tools, those coaching tools, they help you in your everyday life, because life will always continue to throw challenges at you. And as I've said before, we can't choose those challenges. We can only choose how we show up in life and how we are able to move forward. And if we have the right tools, then we're able to move forward and live our best life. And if we don't, then I can tell you one of the things that we will do is we'll shove it down, or we'll project it on others by yelling and screaming and being angry, or just kind of isolating ourselves. And I know that's something, like I said, that has helped me throughout my whole entire process, and I continue to learn and continue to grow. And I know that coaching is something that can help you if you're truly struggling, whether you're on the breast cancer journey and struggling through it, or you finish the journey. I don't say finished as in complete done, but you're done with your treatments, you're done with your surgeries, and you're left with, how do I move forward? That's how coaching helps you. It helps you to uncover those things that are stopping you from living your best life and from thriving in life. So I hope that you have a little bit of a takeaway, a little bit better of understanding of what coaching is. Coaching helps you. It shows up where you're at, not to your past, but where you're at today, and helps you to be able to move forward again, living your best life and showing up as your best self. And so if coaching is something you would like to talk more about with me, I do offer a free wellness consultation call, and I will put that link below, and you can just sign up for that. Also, if you are on that breast cancer journey and would like additional support, I do have a private Facebook group that I have for support within that group for breast cancer warriors. And once a month we do meet virtually. So let me know what you think. Let me know how, what other things have helped you to move forward in your life. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And wherever you're at in your journey, remember, show up and live your best life. I love you guys. Love and positive energy to you always. See you next time. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video. If you are someone who is on that breast cancer journey and would like some extra support, check out my other videos here, and of course, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.